It's been 1 year since we revamped my sister's closet after retirement. Back then, we let go of all the work skirts, didn't we?
We did. It hurt.
And she lovingly called them her friends and did not want to part with them. And we built a new wardrobe to reflect her new lifestyle. Today, we're opening up the closet doors again to see what's working, what's not, and how we can level up her wardrobe now that she's another year into retired life. So let's dive right in. I'm back again with Jen.
Hello.
Let's talk about, what do you remember most from last year's closet edit?
Like you said, it was hard for me to get rid of my teacher skirts. I didn't realize that I was so attached to them until I saw my big sigh on the video. In
fact, I'm not trying to cut you off, but if you want to go watch that video, it was a lot of fun to do. You can go check it out right here. So what else do you remember?
I remember you helping me organize long sleeves, wintry, and summery on the bottom.
How did it feel to say goodbye to your teacher wardrobe?
Just like the idea of stepping out of teaching, it had a lot of emotions that I didn't expect.
Now, since we've gotten rid of those pieces, do you miss any of them?
No, I really don't. I have them stored in another closet and they're just waiting for me to need them again, but I don't think I'm going to.
Let's talk about what's getting worn now and what's not. What I want you to do is a little exercise, and I want you to pull out your 3 most worn pieces.
They don't have to go together.
Nope. Okay, so you've pulled the 3 items that you wear the most. And I noticed a trend here, but you tell me. So you've got this cute little Lily Pulitzer zip.
Yes, which you gifted to me.
Yeah, this cute little Lily, and then you've got...
I love this tank top. I like the way it fits.
Okay.
I can wear it I could wear it every day, but I don't. And I love this pair of leggings. They're high rise. They're slightly compression. They fit great. And they have hip pockets for my phone.
Okay.
And I feel really comfortable in them.
Good.
But they don't go together.
No, they don't have to.
Okay.
All right, so now we've talked about those pieces. Let's talk about 3 pieces that you have not worn at all since we did the closet remodel. So here are 3 pieces you haven't worn. Let's talk about what is it about them and why? Because they're cute pieces. You got a little Kate Spade tee here.
It's just too much for me.
Yeah.
It's
almost
too busy.
Like childish, yeah. And it's, I don't know.
So our business, having watermelons is good for when I'm working in our business because it's Hawaiian shaved ice and we offer watermelon flavor, which is why I got it. But on a day-to-day, I would not wear this anymore.
Right. Okay. And then this little lucky top.
I love it. And I also bought it in pink, but it just hits me at a weird height. I love the style of it, but it hits my hip at a weird location and
just doesn't look good on you.
Every time I put it on, I take it back off and put on something else.
That means it doesn't belong in your closet.
I know.
Yeah. All right, what else you got?
I have this dress, which I used to wear a lot with a little sweater, maybe.
I feel like I remember when you got this dress.
Yes. I like it. It's a little too long. It feels a little dowdy.
Okay.
And it just doesn't quite fit in the bust.
Okay. Another one to get rid of. Okay, that's interesting how much your closet has changed because it's really such an evolution that we're all going through with our wardrobes. So do you think you'll put those 3 items you don't wear in the donation bin?
Yes, I have right behind you. I do have a donation bin on your advice.
Perfect. And what do you think it is about those pieces that you showed that you love and you wear all the time? What is it that makes those items that you go to all the time?
They're really comfortable.
Okay.
I can wear them to do a lot of things. For example, if I wore the black leggings and the black tank top, I could put this little black jacket on with them, or my jean jacket, or a white sweater.
So they're versatile.
They're versatile. They are versatile.
Okay. Good.
And I feel good in them. I could wear little sneakers with them, or sandals, or even boots if it's a cold day, or if I'm going hiking.
Perfect. All right, now we've talked about those things, let's talk a little bit about what has changed in your daily life. So how does a typical week look now versus a year ago? Has it changed much?
My lifestyle has changed because I am more focused on our business. We're doing a lot more travel.
Yeah.
And I like pieces that I can just throw in my bag and go wherever we might be going. And they're comfortable for doing things around the house or just going out for a walk or going out for dinner with friends.
Good. Now, I have an important question I want to ask. Do you feel, you'll handle it okay. Do you feel like your wardrobe now matches your current lifestyle?
Mostly.
Do you feel like you have any gaps?
I do. I feel, even though right behind me I have all these tops, they don't really coordinate with the colors.
Yeah.
My teacher wardrobe, I used to have a scarf. And when I would go shopping, one of your tips, I would take that scarf. It was a floral pattern, which didn't matter. It just had my color palette. And now I don't have a piece that is my color palette.
So you said you wore this sweater for teaching a lot?
I did wear this sweater for teaching, but it's still, I can still wear this in my current lifestyle. So I really like it. But I feel like I need to refocus with a color palette.
Okay, that's good. Okay, let's talk about your style now and how your style has changed. If you were to describe your style in 3 words today, what would it be?
Well, definitely sporty, fit, and elevated, I would say.
Okay, good. Do you feel more confident in the clothes that you're wearing now as opposed to a year ago?
Yes, I feel like I'm starting to find my path.
Okay. Yeah, like you were kind of all over the place a year ago because you still had all those work clothes. You still had clothes for when you might get together with friends. But I feel like over the past year, you've kind of leaned into that sporty, fit, everyday lifestyle, and your clothes are really reflecting it.
Yes, I agree.
Are there colors or styles that you've been drawn to lately that have surprised you? Or you feel like you just don't even know what colors you should be going towards?
I feel like in the athletic wear, it's either black or pastel. And I don't really love pastel. So I am having trouble finding a brand and a color palette because I haven't found a brand and a color palette that I really love in athletic wear.
Okay, I think I can help with that.
Haha, that's why we're here.
All right. I have another exercise I want you to do. And you can use some of the items that we just talked about if you want. Not that kind of exercise. I want you to pull 2 outfits that really feel like you right now.
Well, the shoes are probably going to be my little white sneakers.
So you've just pulled 2 outfits for me. They're both very sporty. You love your little on sneakers, your white sneakers. I'm going to put those on the floor.
Okay.
And then this is the first outfit you showed me. Just a pair of little purple leggings with a cute purple athletic top.
Yep. And then I might wear this jacket with it.
Okay. And then let's talk about this one because you pulled this also an athletic top. It's got the zipper.
This one's more of a tunic length.
And
but
it's
it has
navy.
a 3/4 sleeve.
And she said she doesn't have navy leggings. She always wears it with black. So to me, that's a hole that you need. We need to write down that you need navy leggings.
Yes. And maybe a little top that would look cute under this if I want to unzip.
Well, if you're wearing, I would look for either a navy tank for underneath it or a white tank because you're going to wear the white sneakers.
Okay.
So, and that would go with a lot of other things if you had both of those.
I have a white cami, but I don't have a white tank.
Yeah, you need a white tank, like an athletic tank.
Okay.
We're back with the hanging rack that I don't love.
That you don't love, yes. I know.
Let's talk about these pieces because I think that we've got some leftovers from teaching days that you still didn't part with, right? Some of them.
So these
Pants.
I did wear these for teaching, but I bought them for a cruise vacation. And they fit, but I just don't pick them on a day-to-day.
Gotcha. They're more of a cruise capsule item.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So you don't want to part with them, but they're just more for cruise wear.
Agree.
Okay. And then let's
Same
talk
with
about these pants.
I wore these to a bridal shower. I hemmed them to fit myself because they were really, really long.
I know that's a big deal for you.
Yeah. I don't have any tops. I don't want to wear this with white. And I had a teal top, but it was a teacher blouse, so I don't have that top anymore. So I don't have a shirt.
I think this, instead of getting rid of it, I think it just gives us another opportunity to say, I like the tie on this, by the way.
Yeah, it's cute.
It's another opportunity to say, okay, here's another hole in your wardrobe. You need to take this shopping with you and go pick out a top. And it's flouncy. So for you, I would recommend a more fitted top to go with it in one of these colors.
Okay.
All right. And then what about this?
This skirt was a gift from our other sister.
Yeah.
And while I appreciate it, it just feels like it adds weight around my midsection.
Yeah. And our sister, you're what, 5'2"?
Yeah.
And our sister is 6 feet tall. So the fit is going to be totally different.
Yeah.
So maybe that's one that you can say goodbye to. Not try to get it to
fit me.
Yeah, if it doesn't fit you and you don't feel good in it, why keep it?
Okay.
All right. Okay, now we're going to do a little closet check-in and talk about the organization and functionality of your closet. Now, you and your husband just redid this whole room a year ago, so you put in all this shelving, you really planned it out.
Yes.
How has it been working for you?
I love it.
Good.
I use it as my dressing room. I have hooks for my my
PJs?
My PJs and my bathrobe. What I don't have in here is my short sleeve sportswear. Again, even though it looks like I have a lot of shirts,
I don't think you're wearing these that often. I think you're wearing the ones that are in the other room. Which, does that make it more difficult to get dressed and put things together?
I need to rearrange my sports shirts. And my socks are over there. My sports bras are in the bedroom. So I have a dresser in the bedroom. My socks, my sports bras, my shorts, and most of my tank tops. I have some tank tops in here.
Okay, I feel like that's not working.
I know.
Especially when you just got done telling me that everything you wear is very sporty, but when I look at all of these blouses taking up your prime real estate, it's all like you've got blouses and dressier clothes that you don't go to on a regular basis.
Right.
So maybe what we should do is maybe put these in the dresser instead. Fold them up, put them in the dresser. Not all of them. We'll go through and like anything that's a little bit more your 3 words, those items can stay, but we can pull all the other items out. We could hang the shorts, put them here so they're easier to access.
Okay.
And then you have all your tank tops and things like that. Even your tanks could be hanging up so you can easily see what's going to mix and match together rather than having it in two
separate rooms.
Completely separate rooms.
Okay.
And then looking at shirts you're not going towards at all.
Okay.
But overall, I would say you've really maintained a nice closet. I know I told you, do not touch anything, but I wanted it the way you live in it. So she did a good job with that. She didn't touch anything. And everything is really well maintained. I know everyone really liked the way you hang your sweaters, and a lot of people have started adopting that method. But I think there's really a few more ways we can maximize it so it's best use for you. Now we're going to talk about filling in the gaps and what's missing. Now I know we already talked about a few things like those pants that we're going to look for shirts and some tanks that you need to go under the jackets that will really help make your closet even more functional. Okay. So now you have an intentional shopping list. Is there anything else that while you're trying to get dressed, you're thinking, if only I had this?
I'm not loving my underwear.
Is that bras or underwear or both?
I recently got new bras. I got refitted. My size had changed because you said in a recent video, we need to get refitted. So I did that. But my panties, I could use new panties as well.
I feel like we go through those shockingly fast, but there's something you have to wear every day. Yeah. So they do get worn out and the elastic goes and so So you need to write that down. That's something you need.
Okay.
Anything else?
I'm looking for not golf shirts, but fitted shirts that I can wear for different activities that I like to do.
Okay, that's a good goal. All right. I have some ideas for that too.
Okay, I knew you would. I don't feel like my bottoms, which I feel good in, coordinate with my tops. I feel like maybe my tops are still too teachery.
Yes.
And I don't feel like my wardrobe is a cohesive fit.
Yeah.
It feels still a bit disjointed.
Okay, that's a very valid point. And I can see that just from looking here. Like there's some pieces that you would never wear with the athletic items that you gravitate towards. So that's something we need to focus on when you're shopping. Okay, if I gave you a $500 shopping spree today, what would you buy to fill in the blanks?
Definitely some tops.
But very focused athletic tops.
Yes. Focused athletic tops, yes.
Okay.
I like this little jacket, so maybe jackets like this or quarter zips in different colors that coordinate with my pants better.
What's the one thing you've learned about your style now that you're in retirement?
I like my wardrobe to be versatile. When I was teaching, I would wear my I would put on sporty clothes, go for a mile walk, come home, get ready for school, wear that teacher outfit, come home from school, change into sporty clothes, and then go back outside. So now I don't have to do the step of changing out of my teacher clothes.
You live in it all day.
Yes, I love to be outside. So I just...
Whether you're in the garden or out for a walk or
Yes.
running errands. Yeah, this suits your lifestyle.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have any advice for women out there today that are in a similar situation that you could share? Now that you've gone through it, you're on the other side.
There's no hurry. Maybe just give yourself the grace of time to sort out your new lifestyle, because it's been a full 3 years since my last day of school. And like I said, it was emotional.
Yeah.
And
you weren't ready to part with a lot, and you thought you'd still wear a lot of things.
I did. And I do not wear it. I do not wear it. I don't feel the need to get dressed up like a teacher. Even if I went into school to do something, to volunteer or do a presentation for teachers, I would probably still dress on the sporty side.
Okay, that's amazing. That's good advice. And that's where we are 1 year later. A closet that's a little more lived in, a little more her, and still evolving. Whether you're retired, semi-retired, or just rethinking your wardrobe, I hope this gave you a few ideas of how to edit, refresh, and fall back in love with your closet again. In fact, if you want to do more deep dives like this with me, join my Style Uncorked community, where we talk about updating our wardrobes, pulling outfits together, and trying different things in the Style Uncorked community. So I'll put a link to that in the description. Let me know if you're going to try any of these wardrobe changes, and if you've learned anything from today's video. Let me know in the comments. You know I love hearing from you. Stay gorgeous, and I'll see you in the next video. Good job.
That was fun.